If you've ever wondered why some people seem to naturally draw others in and create an irresistible charm, this is the video for you. Today we'll be exploring 10 straightforward yet highly effective behaviors that can make a real impact in your relationships. These aren't about complicated games or trying to be someone you're not. It's all about being genuine and confident in ways that truly resonate. Whether you're looking to create a deeper connection or simply want to understand what qualities naturally appeal to others, this list will give you practical insights you can start using right away. Don't miss out on tips that could transform your approach to relationships. Before we jump in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you'll never miss helpful content like this. Let's get started. 1. Radiate. Youthful energy. There's something irresistibly magnetic about a woman who radiates youthful energy. And no, we're not talking about age or wrinkle-free skin here. We're talking about that glow you carry when your spirit is alive with joy, wonder, and a zest for life. Youthfulness is a state of mind, not a number on a birth certificate. It's the sparkle in your eye when you're excited about something new, the way you throw your head back when you laugh, and the genuine warmth in your smile when you meet someone's gaze. When a woman exudes this kind of vitality, it tells a man that she's connected to life, that she's open to adventure, spontaneous moments, and shared memories. It's the kind of energy that makes him want to be around her, not just for the thrill of the moment, but because it feels good to be near her. She lights up the room without even trying. You see, men are naturally drawn to this spark. Biologically, it signals health and well-being. Socially, it shows that you're present, engaged, and living in the moment. There's an undeniable charm in a woman who's full of curiosity, who laughs easily, who says yes to trying new things. Not because she's trying to impress, but because she genuinely enjoys life. That energy is contagious, and it lingers long after the conversation ends. So how do you tap into this? Start by nurturing your inner child. The part of you that still marvels at sunsets, dances in the kitchen, or gets excited over your favorite dessert. Say yes to little adventures, even if it's just a walk in a new neighborhood. Take care of your health, not out of pressure to look a certain way, but because feeling good physically feeds your emotional energy. And perhaps most importantly, let yourself feel joy. Give yourself permission to be silly, to dream, and to love deeply. That kind of youthfulness doesn't fade with time. It only grows stronger the more you honor it. Remember, youthful energy isn't about being perfect or polished. It's about being real, being alive, and embracing each day with a heart full of gratitude and excitement. When a man sees that in you, he won't just be attracted, he'll be enchanted. 2. Exude charisma. Charisma is that subtle, almost magical quality that makes people want to lean in closer. It's not about having the loudest voice in the room or commanding attention with grand gestures. It's about how you make people feel, especially him. A charismatic woman has this innate ability to make someone feel like the most important person in the room, even in a room full of people. She's present, fully. When she's in a conversation, her eyes aren't darting around the room, her phone isn't stealing her attention. She's there, with warmth in her gaze, a soft smile on her lips, and a curiosity that makes her ask thoughtful questions. She listens with intention and responds with sincerity, and you better believe that kind of attention is not only rare, it's incredibly attractive. What's more, charisma isn't about putting on a show. It's about being grounded in your confidence without needing to boast. It's the quiet assurance in your voice, the way you stand tall, and the ease with which you can laugh at yourself. It's knowing your worth and making space for others to feel seen and valued too. And men, they're drawn to this like bees to honey. A woman who exudes charisma makes a man feel understood. She sparks something inside him, not just desire, but admiration. She's the kind of woman he wants to introduce to his friends, not just because she's captivating, but because she's the real deal. She's kind, warm, and authentic. So how can you embrace your own charisma? First, believe that you have it. Everyone does. It just needs nurturing. Practice being present. When you talk to someone, really see them. Put your phone away. Smile, not just with your lips, but with your whole face. Speak from the heart and allow yourself to connect on a deeper level. Be open but grounded, warm but self-assured. And don't forget, your unique quirks, your little passions, your mannerisms, they're all part of your charm. When you own them, unapologetically, you become unforgettable. Because charisma isn't about trying to be liked. It's about being you, fully and confidently. And when a man feels that energy, he'll be drawn to you like a moth to a flame, and he won't want to look away. 3. Embrace natural beauty. There's something incredibly alluring about a woman who is unapologetically herself. A woman who doesn't feel the need to hide behind layers of makeup or constantly strive for perfection. That's where natural beauty shines, and it speaks louder than any highlighter ever could. Now, don't get us wrong, there's nothing wrong with enjoying makeup or dressing up. In fact, expressing yourself through your style can be empowering and fun. But when it comes to attraction, there's something about a woman who lets her true self come through that truly captivates a man's attention. Natural beauty is about comfort in your own skin. It's the gentle wave in your hair that you didn't force into place. It's the soft glow of your skin because you nourish your body with good food and rest. It's the confidence in your eyes when you wear something simple, because you know you are what's beautiful, not just the outfit. Medium to long hair has often been associated with femininity and softness, and while that might be a subtle factor, what really draws men in is the relaxed, effortless vibe that comes with a natural look. It tells them that you're comfortable with who you are, that you're not trying to be someone else, you're just you. And that authenticity is magnetic. Men aren't necessarily looking for perfection, they're looking for realness. When a woman allows her natural features to shine, when she laughs without worrying if her lipstick smudged, when she walks confidently without second-guessing how she looks from behind, that's when he's really looking. Because he sees someone alive in her body, confident in her skin, and emotionally available. Want to enhance your natural beauty? Start by shifting your focus from covering up to showing up. Care for your skin because it feels good, not because it's a trend. Let your hair breathe and find styles that feel easy and light. And above all, speak kindly to yourself. The way you feel about your appearance shows through in the way you carry yourself. When you love yourself as you are, others naturally will too. And when a man sees that, when he sees a woman comfortable in her own skin, smiling with genuine warmth, and radiating self-acceptance, that's not just attractive, it's unforgettable. Because true beauty, the kind that makes hearts skip and minds linger, doesn't scream for attention, it whispers confidence, and it draws him in, closer and closer, every single time. 4. Make him feel good in your presence. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to attract a man and keep him coming back is by making him feel good when he's around you. Think about it, people naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel seen, appreciated, and safe. When you become a source of peace, comfort, and happiness, he'll start associating all those warm feelings with you. And that, darling, is where the magic really begins. Men, just like women, carry their own stresses, insecurities, and emotional weight. They face the pressure to be strong, successful, and in control all the time. But when a man finds a woman who makes him feel relaxed and accepted for who he is, not what he does, his emotional walls start to soften. He begins to open up. And that connection? It goes deeper than charm or beauty. It becomes something real. Making him feel good doesn't require grand gestures. It's often the little things that count the most. Compliment him not just on how he looks, but on who he is. Tell him you admire his work ethic or how thoughtful he was the other day. Celebrate his wins, big or small. Whether he aced a presentation or just fixed the leaky faucet, let him know you noticed. Men crave that kind of acknowledgement more than they let on. But beyond compliments, it's your energy that creates the space for him to breathe. When you're lighthearted, easygoing, and genuinely happy in his presence, it puts him at ease. He doesn't feel judged or pressured. He feels appreciated. That kind of emotional safety is rare and incredibly attractive. You don't have to be a constant cheerleader or someone who suppresses her own needs. The goal isn't to walk on eggshells or avoid every disagreement. It's to keep the overall vibe between you joyful, grounded, and positive. Avoid unnecessary drama, communicate openly, and try to find humor in everyday life. When things get tense, take a breath and ask yourself, is this worth it? Most of the time, love grows not in grand romantic declarations, but in those peaceful, laughter-filled moments spent doing absolutely nothing together. So, if you want to attract a man like a magnet, become the person he feels better around, the one who brings out his smile, the one he thinks of after a long day and just wants to be near. That, my dear, is a kind of power that no beauty routine or dating trick can ever replace. 5. Master forgiveness. There's a quiet, unshakable strength in a woman who knows how to forgive. And no, it doesn't mean brushing everything under the rug or allowing herself to be treated poorly. True forgiveness is a choice, an act of love, maturity, and understanding. It's choosing to see the bigger picture rather than getting stuck on the tiny cracks. We all mess up. We say the wrong thing, make poor choices, forget important details. It's part of being human. And men, they mess up too. Sometimes they'll disappoint you, frustrate you, or simply not get it. But when you choose forgiveness over fury, especially for the small, unintentional things, it sends a message. I see your heart, not just your mistakes. Forgiveness doesn't make you weak. In fact, it makes you magnetic. Why? Because it shows that you're emotionally secure, that you're not holding on to resentment like a badge of honor. You're someone who can move forward, grow, and not allow one bad moment to overshadow the whole relationship. This kind of emotional grace creates a space where a man feels safe to be vulnerable. When he knows you won't crucify him over a misunderstanding or punish him for being imperfect, he'll open up more. He'll trust you more. And trust is the foundation of true intimacy. Of course, this doesn't mean you let serious issues slide. Boundaries are essential, but part of mastering forgiveness is knowing which battles to fight. Is it really worth staying angry for hours because he forgot to pick up milk? Or is it more loving and freeing to gently remind him next time and let it go? Holding on to little grudges only weighs you down. They build walls between two people who are supposed to be close. But forgiveness? Forgiveness tears those walls down brick by brick, and in their place grows understanding, patience, and love. So if you want to draw a man closer, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, learn to forgive. Not for him necessarily, but for you. Because when you're lighthearted and peace-driven, you become the calm in his storm. And there's nothing more irresistible than a woman who loves deeply, forgives gracefully, and keeps moving forward with her head held high. 6. Be spontaneous. Spontaneity. The secret spice that keeps relationships alive and full of wonder. In a world filled with routines, calendars, and checklists, a little unpredictability can go a long way in capturing a man's attention and keeping the spark alive. When you're spontaneous, you show him that life with you won't always be predictable. It'll be exciting. You don't have to be an adrenaline junkie or travel the world on a whim. Spontaneity comes in many forms, and it's the spirit behind the action that matters most. It could be as simple as suggesting a midnight ice cream run, dancing barefoot in the kitchen to your favorite throwback song, or pulling him outside to watch the stars instead of scrolling your phones all night. These moments, unexpected and full of joy, weave memories that last far longer than any perfectly planned date night. Why is this so attractive? Because being spontaneous tells him that you're not rigid. You don't take life too seriously. You're able to let go, live in the moment, and embrace joy wherever it finds you. That kind of openness is refreshing and sexy. It also communicates that you value experiences more than perfection, that you're not always trying to control the outcome, but are instead willing to feel it all, the good, the silly, the surprising. And believe me, a man who sees you embrace life with such ease and fun-loving freedom will want to be part of your story. He'll want to create those memories with you. So how can you cultivate more spontaneity in your connection? Start by saying yes more often, to small things. Be open to changing plans if something more exciting or meaningful pops up. Surprise him with tickets to a local concert. Suggest a road trip with no real destination. Even playful things like making breakfast for dinner or challenging him to a random game of cards can shift the energy in a fun and flirty way. Spontaneity isn't just about breaking routines. It's about breathing life into your connection. It keeps things fresh, engaging, and alive. And it reminds both of you that love isn't something that should feel like a chore, it should feel like an adventure. So let your hair down, be a little impulsive, let laughter interrupt the silence, let kisses come in the middle of a sentence. That wild, playful spirit of yours, it's not just charming, it's downright irresistible. 7. Value his time. If there's one way to tell a man that you deeply respect him, without even saying a word, it's by valuing his time. Time, after all, is one of the most personal gifts anyone can give. And when you treat his time as something meaningful and important, you send a powerful message. You matter to me. Men notice the little things. When you show up when you say you will, when you honor plans, when you don't leave him hanging with vague replies or cancel last minute, it builds something deeper than attraction. It builds trust. It shows you're reliable, that you're intentional about being with him, and that you see him not just as someone in your life, but someone you prioritize. When a woman respects a man's time, he feels seen. Not just as a romantic interest, but as a human being with a schedule, goals, responsibilities, and energy. And when that respect is mutual, it forms the kind of connection that runs deeper than sparks. It becomes a foundation. So, How can you really live this out? Be punctual. Showing up on time to a date may sound simple, but it communicates that you respect him and we're looking forward to spending time together. Be considerate with plans. If he's had a long day or is under pressure, even asking, "Is this a good time?" can go a long way. Be present. Valuing his time also means being fully engaged when you're together. Put your phone down, make eye contact, show him he has your full attention. Men aren't always great at articulating when they feel emotionally nourished, but when you treat their time with care, they'll feel it, and they'll associate that warmth and security with you. 8. Admire his strengths and show respect. At the heart of every man lies a quiet desire to be admired, respected, and recognized for who he is and what he strives to become. When a woman genuinely admires a man's strengths, his talents, his work ethic, his sense of humor, his protectiveness, his thoughtfulness, it lights him up inside, not in an ego-stroking way, but in a soul-deep way. His soul-deep way because admiration, when it comes from a place of love and authenticity, speaks directly to the masculine heart. This doesn't mean you need to shower him with over-the-top praise 24/7. It means you notice the details, you appreciate the small wins, you acknowledge the effort behind the scenes. Maybe he fixed something around the house, worked late to support a dream, or stood by you when things were hard. Those are the moments to say, "I see you, and I admire that about you." Respect, on the other hand, is the glue that keeps admiration grounded. It's about honoring his perspective even when you don't agree. It's about supporting his ambitions and being mindful of his opinions. When a man feels respected, he feels emotionally safe. He starts to relax into the relationship, and that's when he opens up, lets his guard down, and lets love in. To cultivate this energy, speak highly of him, even when he's not around. A man will cherish a woman who builds him up, not just in private, but in front of others. Celebrate his wins, big or small, when he accomplishes something. Be the first to cheer him on. Honor his boundaries. Respecting his space, his thoughts, and his process says, "I believe in you, and I'm not here to change you. I'm here to support you." When a woman admires a man deeply and sincerely, he'll often go out of his way to earn more of her admiration. Not out of pressure, but out of pride and love. 9. Embody confidence. Confidence is magnetic, truly magnetic. It's the kind of energy that walks into a room and doesn't need to announce itself because it radiates effortlessly. And when a woman carries herself with confidence, she becomes irresistible, not because of how she looks, but because of how she feels. Confidence isn't about being loud, flashy, or always on. It's about knowing who you are, embracing your quirks, and not shrinking to fit anyone's expectations. It's about loving yourself without apology and walking in your truth, even when it's imperfect. Men are instinctively drawn to confident women because confidence signals self-worth. It says, "I'm good on my own, but I'd love to share something beautiful with you." It invites a connection rooted in mutual strength rather than neediness. And here's the best part. Confidence is incredibly sexy. It's in the way you smile without hesitation. It's in the way you speak with conviction. It's in how you handle setbacks with grace and don't fall apart over small bumps in the road. That energy, it's addictive. It makes a man want to be around you more, because being around someone grounded in themselves makes him feel more centered too. Here's how to cultivate that kind of quiet, captivating confidence. Trust your voice. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't water yourself down to please others. Own your choices. Whether it's your outfit, your career, or your boundaries, stand by them. Treat yourself kindly. The way you talk to yourself is the energy you radiate. Self-love is the foundation of true confidence. You know who you are and carry yourself with that inner assurance. You naturally attract someone who values that strength. Confidence doesn't chase, it attracts, and it tells the world, "I'm worthy of love that matches my energy." 10. Bring positivity into his life. Imagine this. You walk into a room and suddenly everything feels lighter, brighter, even just a little more hopeful. That's the magic of a woman who brings positivity into a man's life. You don't need to be overly bubbly or fake happy all the time. In fact, real positivity isn't about forcing smiles. It's about choosing optimism even in the face of challenges. It's about being the kind of presence that lifts others up simply by being emotionally present, resilient, and lighthearted. Life can be tough. Work can be draining. Responsibilities weigh heavily. So when a man finds someone who brings peace, laughter, and warmth into his world, he holds on to her. Not because she's solving his problems, but because she reminds him that joy still exists. that life can be fun, that laughter still matters. Being positive doesn't mean you ignore the hard stuff. It means you don't let it define you. You're the kind of person who looks for the silver lining, who turns a rainy day into a chance to cuddle, who cracks a joke when things get tense, who believes in better days and invites him to believe in them too. Here's how to radiate that kind of uplifting energy. Practice gratitude. When you focus on what's going right, you naturally exude appreciation and joy. Be playful. Tease him, flirt with him, laugh with him. Let your inner child dance a little. Encourage emotional freedom. Let him feel like he can let his guard down around you without judgment. When a woman becomes a man's safe haven, his breath of fresh air, he won't want to be anywhere else. Because in a world full of stress and noise, being with someone who brings light is the rarest and most powerful kind of attraction